Yeah, but the community, they are thinking that the team is selling, and they are giving some fed on the in the internet. They just everyone is saying the Polygon team is selling. They are dump the token. So we just need an answer for that. People need a clear answer.
Yeah, I don't sell tokens. I don't believe Sandeep sells tokens. There's a lot of prior founders. They might sell tokens. They might not sell tokens. Markets are made out of people selling tokens. Again, go look at every other blockchain that's out there, and what you'll see is that Polygon actually has 1%, 2% inflation that allows for new tokens to be created. Everything other than that is just a supply and demand question, which is there more demand for these tokens than what is actually being sold? And there's going to be constantly sellers in the market. That's just the reality. So if you think that, I'm personally a very big believer that people who have vested in their tokens are allowed to sell their tokens. We thankfully have a founder who doesn't really do that. But there are prior founders who probably do sell tokens, and guess what? They're allowed to sell tokens. There's prior investors who sell tokens. They're allowed to sell tokens. What it actually really comes down to are there buyers at a higher price than there are, the price at which sellers want to. Are there buyers at a higher price than the current price? And right now the answer is no for the entire crypto market. So I don't really know what you want to say. There's a boatload of SpaceX stock that is sold and a boatload more that is purchased, and the price goes up. It's not about whether there's selling pressure or not. It's about whether there's buying pressure or not. And there's no buying pressure in the entire market. So tokens go down. And again, you can look at it and say, oh, Polygon's selling. Or you can look at it and say, well, are you telling me that every single token in the market has everybody selling? And the answer is no. There are buyers and there are sellers, and there are not many buyers for tokens right now. So when people are selling tokens, they're getting sold for a lower price because there simply aren't buyers in the market for tokens. And again, don't just look at Polygon. Go look at the entire market. If there was some huge dislocation between Polygon and the market, the questions would be super valid, but there aren't. And so basically what you're saying is, hey, Polygon, why are you doing a bad job? Or why aren't you not letting people sell when the price of the token is doing the exact same as the price of every other token? So clearly, there's not something that Polygon is doing differently from others when it comes to driving the price down, because the price is literally the same as the rest of the market. So the only real question is, hey, Polygon, why aren't you doing a better job of trying to get a higher price for the token? And the answer is, I don't know what more than you want than actual fundamentals that actually demand that. And that's literally what exists. So I don't know what to tell you as to why there aren't enough buyers in the market. That's really the actual question. It's not are there sellers? There's always sellers. The question is, why are there not more buyers? And then ask yourself again, is there a disproportionate number of buyers for other tokens than for Pol? And the answer is no. So it's not a Polygon thing, it's a market thing. The whole market's like that.
Yeah, I think just we go through cycles, right? We just had some pretty major liquidity events that happened